see y'all today. We are here in the office getting ready for the Knox RIA meeting tonight, and I had a conversation. I want to tell you about it, but what we're talking about is why it's easy to give up and why you should keep going and keep making investments and making those future plans. Okay, so last night I had a dinner party and a dude said to my mom, he was like, do you ever feel like just giving up? And my mom was like, no, that's not an option. And that's how she raised me. That's not an option. We keep going. But she just kind of encouraged this guy to keep talking, and he said, I just didn't want to go to work anymore, so I just decided to stop going to work. I just quit. He said, do you know what it feels like? And my mom was like, no. And I'm sitting back, not saying anything, because my mom knew it was about to be a seminar. But I want to acknowledge that, especially right now, there's a lot going on in the world, and it is not always fun stuff going on. It's not always beautiful stuff. It's not the light and fluffy stuff. It's not always the positive stuff. But I gotta tell y'all that this is the most important time to keep going. This is the most important time to fight your fight. This is the most important time to make some great improvements in your life, because there's a lot of people that are gonna say, you know what, 2020 was tough, so I quit. There's a lot of people that are gonna say, you know what, 2020 was really hard and I just gave up. A lot of people in 5 years are gonna say, yeah man, 2020, I let my business go, I let my investments go, let my wife go, let my kids go, let my dog go, let my Jeep go. There's gonna be a lot of people that look back on this year and they're gonna say, I gave up, I quit, I surrendered, it got hard, and I bailed out. A lot of people are gonna say that. I don't want you to be one of those people. All right, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, but that doesn't mean they get going out of here. That means they stay the course. They keep to the plans that they made when everything was light and fluffy, when everything was full of unicorns and rainbows. We know that life is tough, but right now we're all going through a tough spot together. So keep making your investments, keep making your big plans, keep going with the path that you would have chosen for June 2020 or July 2020 if everything had stayed the same. Now you're gonna have to alter your plans. You might have to change the path that you're on, but you don't have to give up the goal. You don't have to quit. You don't have to surrender. You don't have to say it was tough, so I bailed out. I want you to keep going. I want you to stick it out. I want you to rent your houses. I want you to flip those deals. I want you to maybe keep a little bit more than you normally would, but I want you to keep going, because when you quit, you're done. You're never gonna know what was waiting for you on the other side. You're never gonna know what goals will never be accomplished when you quit. All right, I gotta tell y'all that it might take you a minute to make a decision, but once you make that decision, the answers are right there. I'm gonna tell another little story about my mama. She has flipped a house here in the neighborhood, and she's kind of been sitting on it. She wasn't really sure, should we sell it? Should we rent it? Should we do a lease option on it? And every day was this conversation. Should we rent it? Should we sell it? Should we do a lease option on it? And she just took forever and ever and ever to make a decision. And I said, Mom, if all this other stuff wasn't going on, what would you do? And she said, I'd rent it. She knew the answer immediately. All right, so we made the decision. You know what? Just rent it. If everything was fine, if everything was normal, what would I do? And she would rent it. So she made the decision. She gave me the final statement. Let's rent it. Put it out for $1,200 a month and let's see what happens. She made the decision. I gave the go-ahead. We put that house on the market, and in less than 24 hours, I bet we had 45 people walk through the doors of that house. We have 6 applications pending on this house right now. And y'all, that's a great example of keep going. That's a great example of stay your course. You can get drowning in decision fatigue. You can get upside down on, should we do this? Should we do that? A lot of people call it analysis paralysis. Stick to the plan. Work the plan. The plan was flip it and rent it. And then we flipped it and the world turned upside down. We weren't ready for it. But when we stuck to the plan and we made the decision, all of the answers that we were looking for were right there. All of the people that are looking for good quality housing started calling, emailing, texting, Zillow messaging. We have been swamped here at the office in the last 24 hours. And it was because we needed that lesson again to stay the course. Don't give up. Don't put it on the back burner. Don't say, I'll get back to it when things are fine again. Stay the course. People are looking for houses. Sellers are looking for you to come make them offers. That's your goal as a new real estate investor. That's my goal as an experienced real estate investor. I want to find sellers, and then I want to find buyers. I want to find tenants. I want to find tenant buyers. That's my course, and that's the path that we're on. I'm not giving up because it's tough. I'm not waiting until 2021 when things are back to normal again, and I don't want you to either. If your goal is to be a real estate investor, then let's go be a real estate investor. If your goal is to make 20 grand this month, let's go make 20 grand this month. Stay the course, y'all. Do not give up. Don't say, oh, it's tough. Oh, everybody's distracted. Okay, yes, there's a lot of things going on. Let's acknowledge that. But while people are fighting their fight, fight your fight too. And if your fight is out there protesting and doing those things, then go do it. If your fight is in the office getting your yellow letters done so that you can help sellers, go do it. My fight that I've been fighting since I got a minor in women's studies in 2007, I help women make more money. I help women see that they deserve to make more money. And when I got into real estate investing, and then I found out that most women didn't grow up with a mama like I did, who encouraged them to be real estate investors, I said, oh, well, I'm going to help women become real estate investors. That's my fight. That's the fight that I've been putting out there since 2014 when I started buying houses on my own. Whatever your fight is, get out there and get to it. If there was any other lesson to be learned in the last 2 weeks, fight your fight. Pick one and go for it. A lot of people are suddenly, I feel like, political science majors. I don't remember that many political science majors when I was in school, but suddenly Facebook is full of them. All right, whatever. I majored in communication, so here I am communicating with y'all and hopefully encouraging you to stay the course, keep your goals in sight, and if you accomplish your goals and you make more money and you can write a check to also fight your fight, then do it. There's lots of ways that you can promote your agenda. And one of my favorite ways is to write a check. All right, when y'all start making more money, when you start bringing in these $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 months, you can give more money to your church. You can give more money to a cause that you believe in. You can give more money to promote things that you want to be in a bill on Capitol Hill. All right, there's going to be a lot of things that get done in offices, on golf courses, and in the back room chit-chatting or over a steak dinner. And I want you to be part of that. I want you to be in on those conversations. I want you to be a change in the world. But if you quit, you don't make your $30,000 a month, then you're going to have the same perspective and the same pool that you've always had. All right? Fight your fight, girls. Get out there and help those sellers. Get out there and find those people with money. But don't quit. Don't quit because it got tough. Don't get distracted because there's lots of things going on. Y'all, there are real estate deals going on all over the place right now, and I want you to be part of them. I do. I want you to be part of them. I've got a presentation. If you want to learn how to get your first deal done fast, send me a message. I'll send you the link so you can get started over there. Or you can go to getyourfirstdeal.com. I'll send you a guide to the 10 steps you need to get your first deal done. And then it'll ask you to, watch our masterclass and all that stuff. But y'all, don't quit. The goals that you had 3 years ago to become a real estate investor, I hope you have an even stronger reason to do that now than you did in 2017. I hope you realize that time isn't slowing down. Things aren't getting easier. If anything, it's speeding up and things are getting harder. And you've got to get started now. What would your life be like if you had gotten started in 2017? What would your life be like in 2023 if you get started now? Now's the time, y'all. It's not the time to give up. It's not the time to quit. It's not the time to cry on the floor because it's hard. It's the time to surround yourself with other people who are doing this also. It's the time to realize that you've got to get out there and make some things happen. If you really want things to change, it's going to start with you. You've got to make a change. You've got to do things differently than you have ever done them so that you can live totally different than you've ever lived. Y'all, don't quit. Giving up is super easy, but you got to wake up with that decision in the morning, and you got to wake up with that decision in 5 years. You got to tell your kids and grandkids why they don't have a real estate portfolio because 2020 was hard and you gave up. Is that the story you want to tell them? Or you want to tell them that you were tough and life was tough, but you know what? Now we got all these things going on, and now we're sitting here at the beach house, and it's all good. You get to choose which story you tell your kids and grandkids. If y'all need any help from me, I'm here to help you. We got the Noxeria meeting tonight. But the best way I can help you is for you to join First Deal Done Fast. Go to getyourfirstdeal.com and join. Don't give up. Now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to fight and to fight harder for everything that you want and everything that you deserve. I believe you deserve those $30,000 months. You do. And maybe you work 3 months a year and make everything that you need, and then you kick it and go fight and protest and do other things the other 9 months. That's fine. Do whatever you want to. But get yourself in a situation where you have the choice. And giving up and quitting, that's not us. That's not you. Get out there and fight. Fight for what you deserve. Fight for what you believe in. And fight for your money, honey. Go get it. All right. I'll see y'all later. Go to getyourfirstdeal.com. I'll see you there.